It's the first week of December, so you know what that means, right? I'm looking back. It's a market update. Going to look at October and November. Stick around. Hi, welcome back. My name's Joe Brown. I'm a real estate agent with Century 21 List with Beggins, located in South Tampa. Thank you so much for being with me today, sharing your time with me. So if you've been with me, you know at the start of each month, I want to give a market update. And I look at the past 2 months. And at the end of each quarter, I look at a longer period of time just so we can see the trends. So I'm going to share some market data comparing October to November. If you recall, if you were with me last time, I talked about the effect of the hurricanes. And so we just have to continue to see if those trends continue, okay? And again, just as a precursor, if you're new to this, I'm looking at the 5 zip codes of South Tampa. So 33606, 609, 611, 616, and 629. Those 5 zip codes. So let me make some room so I can put my chart up here and you can follow along, okay? So let me put my chart up here so you can see the data. And let me just walk through this. One thing I found interesting is if you look at the very top, active listings hasn't changed from October to November. And so you would think, oh, nothing's happened. Well, yeah, people have put their homes on the market and homes have sold, all right? So, yes, 755. And again, next month, maybe 2 months from now, when we look at a historical period, well, we can see that the 755 is actually gone up. It's not above normal, but it's gone up since what we've been used to recently. If you look at number of new listings, this was a surprise to me. Maybe not. I'll talk about that. But you can see new listings is at 260, 267. So I thought this was surprising because we're hitting that holiday period. So November, December, January, typically we see fewer homes on the market. Listen, people just don't want to sell, right? Around the holidays, they say, well, we'll wait. However, if you're thinking about that, just remember, people do sell their homes and people do buy homes during the holidays. It's really just a mind shift some people have that I don't want to be bothered during the holidays. And so I said I was surprised that the number of new listings has gone up. But on the other hand, we are having I think, this is purely my opinion, the effects of the hurricane. Some people are saying, okay, I'm done. I don't want to live in the peninsula anymore. I don't want to live in Florida anymore. And so they're selling to move. Or their home was damaged and they said, well, let's just sell. Put it on the market, sell, we'll find someplace else. So I think this 267 could be part of that. Not totally, but could be part of that. If you look at days to sell, you see we're up to 43, so about a month and a half. I will tell you there are 2 outliers. One outlier is Davis Islands, which is up to 80. Oh, no, not Davis Islands. I have another zip code here, which is downtown Tampa, and they're at 83 days. But then we do have Port Tampa, which is 33616. Days to sell is 8. But the average for the 5 zip codes is 43 days. So really, if you're in the market to sell your home, you're really looking at about a month and a half to 2 months on average to sell your house. I need to keep stressing on average, really median, because some people say, my home has been listed for 6 weeks, nothing's happened. Well, then you're not on the low end of that median. You're on the high end. Look at sales, and you can see sales is down to 110. And I want to come back to this, but again, I think this is part of the hurricane, the impact of the hurricane. People are saying they're being cautious about buying in South Tampa. So it's really, think about the perfect storm, not the hurricane, but you have the hurricanes, you have the holiday season. And so people are saying, I don't want to be bothered buying a house during the holidays, and I don't want to be bothered buying a house in South Tampa. So sales is down. Look at median sales price, and that's up to $872,000. And again, I make this caution all the time. I do not look at how big the houses are, where the houses are, if they're new homes or old homes, the size of them. I don't look at any of that. I'm just pulling raw data. So don't read too much into it saying, oh, wow, home prices are up. Well, the prices for these homes, the median is $872,000. The ratio, I always find interesting. It's the ratio of what a home sells for to what it was originally priced at. Now, if I price a home at $500,000, then I drop the price to $450,000. That's a 10% drop. And if it sells at $450,000, it sells for 90% of the original price. Well, you can see on average, again, the 5 zip codes, it's 95.4%. So if it's a $500,000 home, 5% is $25,000. So the house would sell for $475,000. So that is on average basic, right? There are zip codes at 91%, other zip codes at 97%. So, and that's a great point. Just came to my mind. I talk about a real estate market, but please keep in mind, there is not a real estate market, right? There's micro markets. That Palmacia is different than Bayshore Beautiful, which is different than Ballast Point, which is different than Port Tampa, which is different from Stony Point, right? They're all different micro markets. So even though I'm sharing data generally, please realize there are micro markets. And even though you may be a half mile away from one area, it's not the same market. Months of inventory, and you can see we're up to 7 months of inventory. So how do we calculate months of inventory? So imagine you have the inventory on the shelf. You have a store. You have the inventory on the shelf. You don't add any inventory, and you sell so much product a month. Well, how many months do you have till that product sold out? So go back, we have 755 active listings. Last month, we sold 120 homes. So that's 6 times 120 is 720. So we had just over 6 months of supply. Well, this month, we sold 110. So 7 months puts it at 770. So you're at 7 months of inventory. So when I said I wanted to come back to new active listings and months of inventory and sales, they all work together. Active listings stay the same. Number of sales impacts months of inventory. And again, is this a lingering effect of the hurricanes? Is it because of the holiday season? These are trends I'm going to track over the next few months. February, March, right? I want to see how those trends continue. Because here's the reality. What a 7-month supply of inventory means that there's more supplies than there are buyers. Remember the law of supply and demand. Low demand, high supply, prices will tend to decrease, right? Unless it's a blip in the map, right? If it's just a blip in time, and it's really, truly not 7 months of inventory. Right now it is. But after the holidays, if the demand kicks back up, we could go down to 4 months, 3 months, 4 months. Just depends on the demand. Interest rates will absolutely play a factor. I saw yesterday interest rates came down a little bit, still 6.8. So if interest rates come down over the next few months, not interest rates, mortgage rates, if mortgage rates comes down, the demand picks up. So these are trends I'm going to watch, trends you can watch with me, okay? So there's some interesting data. Listen, there are still homes actively on the market for sale. If you happen to know people who are looking for a home or thinking about selling their home, please let me know. Reach out to me. Go to my website, joebrownc21.com. Let me be a trusted advisor. Listen, just calling me and having a conversation doesn't mean you have to use me as an agent. I hope by this point you know me well enough that you can trust me. That's why I want to be your trusted advisor. So reach out to me. My website has my contact links. You can search for homes. I have blogs out there. I want you to be informed and knowledgeable about the market and what's coming in the market. Okay? So until next week. Now, next week I'm going back to a commercial topic. So if you are interested in commercial real estate, if you have friends and family who are interested in commercial real estate, please tune in and share the video. Until next week, take care.